So welcome back to Ring B. This is the evening session, day 5 of the 2021 EUBC U22 European Boxing Championships. We had a fantastic afternoon session. The quarterfinals with the light welterweights and the welterweights had some superb fights. So we know the lineups for the semi-finals for those two weight divisions, and we soon will for the middleweights and the light heavyweights also. And two quarterfinals in this ring at heavyweight. Winners of these fights are guaranteed bronze medals, and they'll guarantee $2,000 as well. So there is a lot on offer here. And the temperature has just dipped slightly under this canopy at ringside. As I said earlier on, spectacular setting for boxing. Breeze just coming in off the sea, but a real intensity to the fighting and to the heat at ringside in every way, really. And this is the first fight that we'll see at middleweight. Nikita Voronov of Russia, the #1 seed, against Harutyunyan Moussa of England, who's won 2 fights already against Welsh and Scottish opposition, somebody I've seen a fair bit of over the last few years. And this should be a good fight. Voronov's actually a pro these days, 3-0. Well, these days he's mixing the two. Hasn't had a pro fight since 2019 for obvious reasons. Won the Belgrade tournament in April, beat Harutyunyan Moussa's teammate Lewis Richardson. Moussa a bronze at the Sosikas tournament last month. Plenty of experience. Recently taken onto the podium potential squad with GB.
196. Into the red corner, please welcome the boxer representing Russia. Into the blue corner, please welcome the boxer representing England, Moussa Harutyunyan. Referee Vadilonga Luca from Italy. Judge 1 from Poland. Judge 2 from Ukraine. Judge 3 from Slovakia. Judge 4 from Lithuania. Judge 5 from France. In a red corner, from Russia, Voronov Nikita. In a blue corner, from England, Moussa Harutyunyan.
Nikita Voronov got a bye, then beat Remo Salvati of Italy by unanimous decision. 2 UD decisions for Moussa against Taylor Bevan of Wales and Sam Hickey of Scotland. So this is the opening quarter-final in the middleweight division, 75 kilos. Russia in red, England in blue.
Round 1.
So these two, both orthodox fighters. Nice jab there from Moussa early on. Voronov looking to try and return it. Decent looking right hand there from Moussa, whose England teammates are in the seats over my right shoulder. They've turned out in some force for him. Both just falling short there. Right hand from Moussa, lead left from Voronov. He lands a good short left hand on the inside there, the Russian. As I said, the #1 seed. Right to the body there from Voronov. But Moussa's made a decent start here. These two right in front of each other. Fights at this kind of range are just always so absorbing because they're both within punching range practically all the time. Voronov just pinning the left arm there of Moussa on the blind side of the referee. And looking for a left hook, that just sails over Moussa's head. Moussa really stepping into the 1-2 there, was slightly short with it though. That's a good counter, good combination there from Moussa as he slipped underneath the right hand. Nice jab there from Voronov, then hooking off the jab. Short right hand there from the Russian. This is good stuff, this is a good fight. 2 quality operators here. Good single jab there from Moussa. Followed it in, then looked for the right hand. It wasn't quite there. Voronov just took his feet back out of range. Real tempo to this fight too, plenty being thrown. As I said, they're right in the pocket all of the time, these two. There's no quarter being asked or given here. No one's stepping off and looking to nick a few seconds. There's been action all the way through. And there's been a price to be paid for any mistakes. He's looked for that uppercut a few times, Voronov. Again, nice counter there from Moussa as Voronov was looking to move in. Just gave himself enough room there again and freed up the right hand and managed to throw it. It's a tight opening round, this. Voronov just short with a couple there, left followed by right. Always just offers that head, Voronov. That target is always there, just tempting, teasing. Well, first round down, and that was a thoroughly enjoyable opening round. Voronov, as I said, is the #1 seed, but Moussa made a good start there, gave a good account of himself. Split scoring, 4 cards in favour of Voronov, 1 in favour of Moussa.
Seconds out.
I wouldn't argue with that. It was a tight round, close round. I thought Voronov probably did do the slightly better punching. What he did land, his best shots, I think, were probably the best shots of the round. There was very little in it, though. Moussa again just trying to work in behind that jab, doubles up on it, triples up on it at times, and then look to work on the inside there. That was good stuff. A little feint with the front foot there from Moussa. There's that uppercut again from Voronov. He's always looking for that. Just wandered in behind the right hand a little bit there, Moussa. And Voronov again just let the couple go. When he does throw that right, Moussa, sometimes he does come up a bit short and he keeps going in after it to get onto the shoulder, which is not a bad idea. Voronov, though, was good enough, cute enough just to adjust his feet and try and catch him on the way in. There was an uppercut there as Moussa came forward. Good left to the body there. Voronov thought that was low. Seemed okay to me. Just setting his feet there, Moussa, looking for the body. Nice right hand there from Moussa, who's up the tempo a little bit in the second round. He was high in the first round, but he's really making Voronov work hard here. Very, very hard. With the uppercut himself there, Moussa. Didn't land it absolutely clean, but it did get through. I think, is there a cut there from a head clash? It was a head clash. The referee just signalling that. He hasn't turned around yet, so I can't really see him, Voronov, but I think there is some blood coming from that left eye by the look of it. By the look of what the doctor's doing anyway, that must be the case. Minute 20 remaining in round 2. If he can't continue, then this will just go to the cards. We've seen that happen a few times during the course of the week. The doctor nods, so this is going to keep going. Lovely 1-2 there from Moussa. And then up close, again just sets those feet and lets those hands go, but he really took his feet in there with him there, Moussa. Just got that little bit closer, and that was what allowed the combination to land with really good effect. He was right at the biting point there as he landed that right hand, and you could see the effect that it had there on Voronov. You see the head snap back, and there's the blood coming from the eye, and this is a little bit of a rough passage for the #1 seed at the moment. If Moussa can just keep working hard, keep applying this pressure for the remainder of the round, he can maybe turn around that scoreline that we saw at the end of round 1, where he was down on 4 cards, up on 1. There's that little uppercut there from Voronov again, but Moussa has really stepped to him in round 2. Got right on top of him, made it very, very uncomfortable, worked very hard, and also thrown some good punches and landed too. He can't take any credit for the cut because it was the clash of heads, but he knows that it'll be uncomfortable for Voronov. And Voronov just letting his technique desert him a bit there as he looked to throw that right hand. Interesting stuff in the second, very interesting. So through that first round, let's remember 4 cards went 10-9 to Voronov, 1 went 10-9 to Moussa. He put a real shift in that second round, Moussa. You know, if you drop the first round, which he pretty much did, he's got 1 card. And that can sometimes be really important, a 4-1 rather than a 5-0. That can be very important in keeping a fight alive going into the third and final round. But he knows that he's got to turn this around to at least get split scoring. He's got to at least get, well, he at least needs two cards. And if he only gets 2, they need to not be the one that he got in the first. So he does get it 3 out of 5. So this is set up nicely. Voronov with a 20 points to 18 lead with 2 judges. Moussa with a 20 points to 18 lead with 1 judge. And the other 2 cards are 19-19. So Moussa needs both of those 19-19s. Voronov needs 1 of them. Unless there's a point deduction in this final round or there's a dominant display which sees one of these fighters win the round 10-8. Let's just remind ourselves that in EUBC boxing, you don't need a knockdown to win around 10-8. It's all about interpreting dominance. You get a knockdown, it won't necessarily be 10-8. You get 2 or 3 knockdowns, it won't necessarily be 10-8, 10-7. Depends whether they're flash knockdowns, whether they're heavy knockdowns. That's the way it's done. And Moussa just looking for a big, wide right hand. Voronov just looking to get on his bike a bit at the start of round 3. He's got that cut to think about, of course. Potentially a semi-final tomorrow if he can get through this, but he can't think about that. He cannot think about that. He's got that slight lead, as I said, courtesy of those 2 cards that he leads 20 points to 18. He's just looking maybe a little bit sorry for himself at the start of this third round, Voronov. And Moussa is again just forcing the action, pushing Voronov back, who isn't really doing a lot. And a point has gone. A point has been taken away there from Voronov, I think, for holding. And that is bad news for the Russian #1 seed, if that is indeed the case. I'm pretty sure that it is. The referee definitely gestured that the point has gone. He was with Voronov at the time, so that must be the upshot of that. And that's massive for Moussa. That is absolutely massive. And Moussa can sense it. And Voronov, well, the cut has really affected him. I think the cut has really affected him. Because this third round, he came out at the start of it like he just wasn't really up for it. He is now, but it could well be too late. There's those 2 19-19s. He needs to get 1 of them. This could go to judges' decision in that we could end up with 2 apiece. And a 28-28, and then that judge will be required to make a decision heading up towards the final 30 seconds. But from where I'm sitting, Moussa is getting the better of this round and has got the point deduction. Heads just cracking together, boring together on the inside a little bit there again into the final 10 seconds. He led by 2 cards to 1 going into the final round. They were 20 points to 18, 3 of the cards. And so going into that final round, Voronov needed both 19-19 cards, or rather Moussa did. Voronov needed 1, but there was the point deduction for holding, and Voronov saying to the referee there that he felt Moussa was using his head in an untoward fashion during the course of the fight, but the referee didn't do anything about that. And as I said, it happened quick, but I'm sure he took a point from Voronov there. That's what it certainly looked like. He made that gesture to ringside, the thumb raised.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by split decision in the red corner.
Voronov has got it, and it is judge's decision. Judge's decision. And that is very interesting. Ramtin's got it 29-27 on 2 cards. The other 3 are all 28-28, and all 3 judges have gone Voronov's way. Ramtin Moussa looks absolutely gutted, and you can understand why, because that is, God, that is so close. That is unbelievably close. And the point deduction in that final round, by the look of those scores, would have been against Ramtin Moussa. When the referee gave it, he was with Voronov. He was on Voronov's side of the ring, and it just looked like he'd given it against Voronov to me for holding. But by the look of those scores, I think it went the other way. Anyway, the decision has gone to Nikita Voronov of Russia. He goes through to the semi-finals, but what a great fight to get the session underway, just as we had in the afternoon, actually.
Ring B, bout number 197. Into the red corner, please welcome the boxer representing France, Fendero Moreno. Into the blue corner, please welcome the boxer representing Croatia, Vietch Gabriel. Referee, Pavel from Czech Republic. Judge 1 from Italy. Judge 2 from Russia. Judge 3 from Ukraine. Judge 4 from Ireland. Judge 5 from Slovakia. In the red corner, from France, Fendero Moreno. In a blue corner, from Croatia, Vietch Gabriel.
So Marino Fendero of France up against Gabriel Vietch of Croatia. Fendero of France in red, Vietch of Croatia in blue, the number 4 seed. 2 wins for Fendero so far, both by unanimous decision. Knocked out Irish number 5 seed Gabriel Dawson. That was a big, big win. So Fendero in the red, boxing for France as a southpaw. Vietch of Croatia, that number 4 seed, in the blue. And Fendero's looking to start aggressively. Right to the body there from Vietch. Slightly messy in the early stages. Looking to try and get on the jab there, Vietch, and you would say that that would be key against a shorter opponent that he faces in Fendero. Physically, these two very, very different. If Vietch could get that jab working, get that 1-2 working, and just stop Fendero in his tracks as he comes forward, then that would be a key to victory here, definitely. Fendero, that southpaw stance, does stand quite square, looks to try and bob and weave his way in. Feet just crossing a bit there from Vietch as he came forward. Trying to counter with the big left hand over the top there, Fendero, then just stepped in, got that front foot a bit closer. Through the left and it did reach. Vietch has got this habit of when he throws the right hand, his right foot just comes round and forward. It didn't there, punched off a good base there, but there's a good example there. As he comes forward, that right foot comes round, he's standing square, and then he's kind of just pushing the arms out. Fendero can draw that lead from him and just give him the room to make that mistake. Just take his feet back, give him the room to make that mistake, then he could have some profit. Exactly what I was talking about just happened there. He came in with the right hand, Vietch, lost his balance, came forward. Fendero taking his weight too far out and couldn't really do anything with it. A little bit of an untidy fight this, but interesting nonetheless. Right hand straight down the middle there. Split scores, not the easiest round to score. Vietch gets it with 3 judges. Fendero gets it with 2.
Round 2.
So it's the second round here. Vietch, Croatia, blue. Fendero, France, red. This is the quarterfinals of the middleweight division. Short with the left hand a couple of times there, Fendero, when he threw one straight, and then when he pulled onto the back foot and tried to throw a hook. Leads off with the right hand there, Vietch, which is something he does every now and again. He doesn't really use that height, Vietch, at all. For a tall fighter, he doesn't box his height. He dips at the waist, leans in. And in that regard, when it comes to the height they throw their punches from, there's not that much difference between these two. I think Fendero's finding that slightly difficult to get to grips with. Standing count scored there by Fendero. Right hand. Led off with the right hook by the look of it. And you could just see his legs not buckle exactly there, Vietch, but he was forced to take a step back. It moved in that punch, and that's why the referee stepped in for the standing 8. Now, as I said previously, the fact that you have a standing 8 scored against you, or even a proper knockdown, that doesn't necessarily mean that that round will be 10-8, and this round will be 10-8 in Fendero's favour. It's perfectly possible that Vietch could go on and win this round out if he has a good finish, if he does enough in the remainder of the round. The balance for Vietch just is not there. Good straight left hand there from Fendero. He just tries to keep things tight with a nice high guard. He's physically strong, there's not that much body to target. Not that either of these two have really looked for too many body punches. Right hand to the body there though, at the conclusion of the round. Split scoring at the end of round 1. And that time all 5 judges go to Fendero, which is the correct scoring of that round, you would say. That was pretty clear in favour of the Frenchman. So 2 scores of 20 points to 18 for him heading into the final round. The other 3 are 19-19, so Vietch needs all of those. Fendero needs to turn just one of those 3 drawn cards into a win, and he is through. Nice little combination on the inside there from Fendero's. Vietch again just comes marauding forward. Long left hand, just got there, landed on the chest, scoring punch for Fendero. Good head movement there from the French fighter. Vietch looking for the jab and then falls in behind that right hand again. It's just a constant problem that he's got. He tries to adapt to it by just winging away on the inside when he gets up close, but every time he throws that right hand, he loses his balance. It comes over the top of his front foot. It makes him ungainly and quite difficult to deal with. In a 3-round fight, it's not that long to make the adjustments that you need to make, but that's why these fighters are so good. It generally doesn't take them very long to figure out what they're up against and how best to deal with it. Vietch sets his feet a little bit better there. Look for the right hand up the middle. Tumble for Vietch, and the gum shield comes out as well, so they'll both get a little bit of a rest here with just over a minute remaining in this 3rd and final round, which they'll probably be quite glad of. Right hand for Vietch. The referee judging he was caught by Fendero there. and giving Vietch a standing count. I think that was just a balance issue, really. He seems to land a right hand to the body there of Fendero. Then he did stumble away to his right-hand side, but balance is a massive problem for him, as we've seen during the course of the fight. So I wasn't in the best position to see whether anything really solid landed there. Into the final 30 seconds. Vietch is putting everything that he can into this. He has to. Well, there goes the bell. Fendero, I think, is fairly confident of getting this one. He was in the driver's seat going into that third round. A couple of rounds up on 2 cards, the other 3 level. So he needs just one of those level cards to go his way, and he will be through to the semi-finals, guaranteed a bronze medal and guaranteed $2,000 prize money in these European under-22s. $8,000 for a winner, $4,000 for a silver, $2,000 for a bronze. Serious spondulics for medalists.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by unanimous decision in the red corner, representing France.
So he gets it, 10 lines across the board in rounds 2 and round 3. Gives him a win by 3 rounds to 0 with 2 judges and 2 rounds to 1 with the other 3. So Fendero goes through to the semi-finals, where he will be up against number 1 seed Nikita Voronov. Next up we have Kevin Schumann and Vaktan Harutyunyan. Harutyunyan of Armenia, the number 6 seed. Vietch was the number 4 seed, so that's good work by Fendero, very good work. So that's those top 2 fights down. 4 at middleweight, 4 quarterfinals at middleweight, 4 at light heavyweight. 2 of the 4 heavyweight quarterfinals are in this ring. The other 2 were over in ring A with Ron McIntosh.
Ring B, bout number 198. Into the red corner, please welcome the boxer representing Germany, Schumann Kevin Boykin. Into the blue corner, please welcome the boxer representing Armenia, Harutyunyan Vakhtang. Referee Určičević Alexander from Serbia. Judge 1 from France. Judge 2 from Czech Republic. Judge 3 from Finland. Judge 4 from Lithuania. Judge 5 from Ukraine. In the red corner, Schumann Kevin Boykin from Germany. In a blue corner, Harutyunyan Vakhtang from Armenia.
So Kevin Schumann of Germany in the red beat Anton Embolaev of Finland by split decision, and then the number 3 seed, the Serb Almir Memic, who boxed at the World Youth Championships, if memory serves me correctly, beat him by unanimous decision. Harutyunyan of Armenia, the number 6 seed, has had 1 fight. He had a bye and then beat Vytautas Balsis of Lithuania by unanimous decision.
Round 1.
So into the first round, we've got 2 orthodox fighters here. Schumann, Germany in red, Harutyunyan, Armenia in blue. Harutyunyan immediately looks to try and swarm all over Schumann as he's backed him up to the neutral corner. Looks like a muscular, aggressive kind of fighter, Harutyunyan. Just looking to try and keep it a bit longer. Using those feet, trying to flick that jab up from the waist. He'll need that jab. He'll need to land that on Harutyunyan and that 1-2 to keep him off, because the Armenian is going to walk him down in as educated a way as he can, but that's exactly what he's going to do. And Schumann has got to be able to keep him off. Doesn't necessarily need to land hard and clean every single time, but he needs to land on him, make him reset, start again. He doesn't want to get caught up close, stuck at middle distance. He needs to try and keep it on the outside here, Schumann. Using that jab. That's decent work with the jab there by Schumann. Like I said, that's not bothering Harutyunyan, but it's occupying him. Good right hand there from Schumann. Just flashed that one in as Harutyunyan looked to try and open out a bit. Midway through round one. Right to the body there from Schumann. Harutyunyan so far, when he's got onto the inside, he hasn't quite been able to keep Schumann where he wants him. Schumann's managed to find an exit. Harutyunyan, as I said, you can see what he is trying to do. You can see very quickly the kind of fighter that he is, but Schumann's slippery. And he's found it difficult to track him down, let alone pin him down. Heads coming together there. I think the head just went into the teeth there of Schumann more than anything else. Good right hand there from Schumann. Wasn't absolutely clean, but decent shot. Jab on the inside, then slips underneath the right hand. Good jab there from Schumann. Took mainly on the guard, but it was a decent jab. So round one down between Schumann of Germany, Harutyunyan of Armenia. Split scoring there. 3 10-9s for Schumann, who I would have gone with myself, and 2 10-9s for Harutyunyan. What'll be interesting to hear here will be to see whether Schumann can keep up this kind of movement that he showed in the first round in rounds 2 and 3, because Harutyunyan, as I said, will look to get close and do damage up close with those hooks. Look for a straight left hand, a jab there from Harutyunyan. Nice jab there from Schumann. Because if those feet do slow from Schumann, that was a really good left hand there though from the German fighter, just dipping to his left. Short left hook just caught Harutyunyan flush, who was really gone out quick at the start of round 2, trying to bring the heat to Schumann, make him work very, very hard. See if he can just grind him down, basically. Take the edge off that work rate, see those feet slow down, maybe see a bit of pop go off those punches, and then later on he can get to him. That's the kind of formula we've got here. It just depends whether that tipping point will indeed arrive. One-two from Schumann wasn't quite accurate there. Harutyunyan was able to get inside it and keep rolling forward. The referee has taken a point there for holding, I think, for Schumann. I don't think he'd really spoken to him about that previously. If that is indeed what has happened, then that seems harsh. Schumann just slinging in the 1-2 there. Harutyunyan, though, almost just walks through it. Tries to get onto the inside, the heads just rubbing together. This is more where Harutyunyan will want it. Trips over his own feet there almost. Referee telling him to keep that head up. Nice 1-2 there from Schumann. He's got to dig those toes in and just let that go to try and stop Harutyunyan, because the way that Harutyunyan's going about this is tiring for him too. It's all very well me saying that he's just going to keep going like a lunatic and hoping that Schumann slows down. He's taking gas out of his own tank here. There's no guarantee that he can keep going like this for the full 9 minutes. This is a very, very physical fight, particularly in this second round. That mauling and grappling up close there, it looks untidy. It's not particularly pleasing on the eye, but it takes it out of both men. Final 10 seconds of round 2, and I think Harutyunyan is feeling the pace here a bit towards the end of the round. Good jab there from Schumann, good stiff jab. Well, there goes the bell, and again for me, on the balance of the action that we saw, I would lean towards Schumann in that round, but it did look as though a point was taken away from him. We will get confirmation of that when we see the scores. The indication from the referee was for holding. I hadn't seen him speak to Schumann prior to that about that particular kind of offence. So, as I said, it did seem a bit draconian to me, to be honest. Well, there is the point deduction. There it is. So, split scoring again. 10-9-3 for Harutyunyan that time, 2 for Schumann. But with the point deduction, that translates into a 19-18 lead on all 5 cards there for Harutyunyan. All is not lost for Schumann. He has got to win this final round with 3 of those 5 judges, and hope then that those 3 judges he's won it with, when it comes to judges' decision, all go with him, as they did for Nikita Voronov in this opening fight of the session. That's how he managed to win. The other 2 cards went to Rampton Moussa. 3 were level, and judges' decisions, they all gave it to Voronov. Now that's the kind of thing that Schumann has got to do here. Well, a point goes there from Harutyunyan for coming in low with that head, and that changes everything. That changes everything. Essentially now, we have a level fight, because with that point off, those 19-18s going into the final round, well, they all become level. So now whoever can win this round on 3 out of the 5 scorecards will win the fight, unless another point goes, of course. The deductions have now cancelled each other out, and the split scoring has coincided perfectly to give level cards. Combined, rather. Harutyunyan looking to throw that right hand, and with 90 seconds to go, this really could just come down to who is able just to keep their boxing together that little bit more. They'll both want to give maximum effort. Harutyunyan will throw the kitchen sink here at Schumann. Schumann just, with that lazy kind of language style, sets his feet, throws the 1-2, slips inside a right hand. Been another really good fight, this. I'm kind of glad that the point deductions even themselves out too, because I thought the deduction on Schumann was a bit harsh. I think on Harutyunyan you could argue the same, but it just means that we've got a level playing field here. Well inside the final minute. Schumann, for me, is just doing enough here. He's just done enough for me in all of these 3 rounds. Just. It has been a close fight. Well, he was cocked and ready to go with that right hand again there, Harutyunyan, but I think he realised that if he caught Schumann round the back of the head one more time, then he might have lost another point, and that would have been curtains for him. Nice uppercut to the body there from Schumann. Heading into the final 10 seconds. Good body attack there from Schumann. So it's 19-18 on all 5 cards going into the final round in favour of Harutyunyan, but then he lost a point in the opening minute. So that basically levelled all of them up. And what that meant was that whoever has won this final round, if either one of these two, or one of these two will have, got at least 3 out of the 5 scores in their favour, then they will go through. It's another very, very close fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by unanimous decision in the red corner.
Schumann gets it by unanimous decision, so he won that final round 10-9 on all of the cards, and he goes through 28-27, which normally would have been 29-28 or 2 rounds to 1. Still is 2 rounds to 1, but the score's different there because of the point deductions. Good fight though, good fight. And now just waiting for our final quarter-final at middleweight between Mir-Sharif Kazim-Zadeh of Azerbaijan and the number 2 seed Bogdan Tolmachov of Ukraine. And then we'll head into the light heavyweights, and then those 2 heavyweight fights at the end. Got some good operators coming up over the course of the next hour or so. As I said previously, as I said this afternoon, the interesting thing about this competition is that generally the fighters in it are probably not number 1 in their weight division with their national federation. They want to be. They want to be number 1 for that next Olympic cycle. They're gathering experience.
Ring B, bout number 199. Into the red corner, please welcome the boxer representing Azerbaijan, Kazim-Zadeh Mir-Sharif. Into the blue corner, please welcome the boxer representing Ukraine, Tolmachov Bogdan. Referee, Pastucho Valery from Moldova. Judge 1 from Slovakia. Judge 2 from Bulgaria. Judge 3 from Italy. Judge 4 from Finland. Judge 5 from Poland. In the red corner, Kazim-Zadeh Mir-Sharif from Azerbaijan. In the blue corner, Tolmachov Bogdan from Ukraine.
So Kazim-Zadeh of Azerbaijan with wins against Georgia and Hungary so far. Tolmachov had a bye, then beat Lukáš Fendero of Slovakia by unanimous decision. Tolmachov, the number 2 seed, just 19 years old. You could be born in 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002 to take part in this competition. Everything was shifted back a year because it was supposed to be last year, of course. Ended up being 2021 rather than 2020. Kazim-Zadeh in the red, Azerbaijan. Tolmachov, Ukraine, in the blue. And Tolmachov, the taller of the 2. We'll see how that translates. Kazim-Zadeh looks aggressive so far. He's looking to try and close that gap, get onto the inside, get into distance. Into a distance from which he can do some damage. That's what he has to do. Now Tolmachov can try and keep this on the outside if he's got a good jab in his armoury. Try and catch Kazim-Zadeh with it on the way in. Turning southpaw, Tolmachov. Quite early in the fight, just over a minute in. Having some decent success there. Nice short, measured, controlled 1-2. Feint with the front foot there from Kazim-Zadeh. He does take a fairly muscular approach. He's not too crude though. Looking to try and move that head, as you see there. Keep that guard tight. Caught the right hand to the chin as he was closing in there. Kazim-Zadeh. Nice 1-2 there. Good solid right hand from Kazim-Zadeh. Got his feet just where he needed them there. Pushed Tolmachov back onto the ropes. Let's go with a couple of left hands there. The referee wasn't too quick to get in a break there, so I don't blame him for doing that. Tolmachov is reluctant to throw a jab. He hardly ever throws a jab, not in this opening round so far anyway. Sometimes tall fighters do like it more up close than you might think. They like to dig those toes in, use those long levers to throw uppercuts exactly like that one and really get some leverage into them. But when you've got a shorter fighter like this, in Kazim-Zadeh, and he's swarming you in the way that he is, a good jab is so important. For the most part, what Tolmachov is looking to do is take a step off to the side, a step back, and catch him on the way in. The timing has got to be so good for that. Again, looking for those big, wide, kind of strafing uppercuts there, Tolmachov. Final few seconds of the opening round. Tolmachov staying on his feet between rounds. Kazim-Zadeh using the stool. The split scoring, 2 judges going Kazim-Zadeh, 3 going Tolmachov. Not that easy to separate the two. Not that much clean landed. I probably would have gone Kazim-Zadeh, I think. But very little in it, really. But we've got that clash of styles, which you often see. I just think that Tolmachov could make his life a lot easier here if he could use a nice snappy jab. But that was good work from him there. Took a step off to the right-hand side as Kazim-Zadeh came in and caught him a couple of times with that right. Good head movement on the inside there from Kazim-Zadeh. Right up close, just slipped a couple of punches. Switching southpaw there again. Tolmachov gets out of the way of the attack there from Kazim-Zadeh, but doesn't manage to land anything himself. Midway through round 2. Short right hand there from Tolmachov was decent. But again, much like the first round, there's plenty being thrown here. There's plenty of energy. Kazim-Zadeh with that muscular approach, but for the most part, he's closing his own space down, if anything. He's getting a bit too close and doesn't really have much room to work. Tolmachov just backing up here, trying to keep it on the outside more. That is definitely the right way to go about this, I would say. Looking for the double jab there, Kazim-Zadeh. Tolmachov jab and then pulls onto the back foot. Waiting for Kazim-Zadeh to come to him. Ball goes to the end of round 2, and similar really to round 1. Not too much difference between those 2 sets of 3 minutes, and we might get split scoring again. Having gone Kazim-Zadeh in round 1, I would probably go Tolmachov in round 2. We got through with just a few nice, sneaky, clean shots in that round. At times, Kazim-Zadeh was again on the front foot. It didn't seem quite as effective to me. And Tolmachov gets it with 4 of the judges. And that means that he has got a commanding lead, actually. He's 20 points to 18 up with 3 of the judges going into the 3rd and final round, which means that Kazim-Zadeh has a lot to do to turn this one around now. He needed 1 more of those scores, Kazim-Zadeh, in the 2nd round to keep this alive, really.
Round 3.
He needs a huge round here, Kazim-Zadeh, or a point deduction for Tolmachov. That's the only way he's going to get back into this. A regulation round win won't be enough. Heads coming together on the inside. That is always going to be a distinct possibility when you've got a fighter like Kazim-Zadeh. Tolmachov just letting Kazim-Zadeh slip past him there into the ropes, and then looks for the left hand. Kazim-Zadeh, as he came forward there, did catch Tolmachov with a straight left. And a left as well again there from Kazim-Zadeh, and the red corner are just telling him just to pile the pressure on and just keep coming and coming and coming and coming, because they know they need a huge round here to achieve the kind of dominance you need to get a 10-8. Well, he's not doing it at the moment. It's a very hard thing to do. You do see a good number of 10-8s in AIBA boxing due to the way that the scoring is done, as I ran through earlier on. But this is not one of them. That's a good left on the inside again there, though, from Kazim-Zadeh. Into the last 20 seconds. He's given it absolutely everything here, Kazim-Zadeh. He's had a decent final round here too. Well, there goes the bell, and that completes the quarterfinals in the middleweight division. And Bogdan Tolmachov is going to go through here to the semi-finals, and also he will be receiving at least $2,000. Semi-finalists guaranteed not just a bronze medal, but also $2,000. Silver medalists receive $4,000, gold medalists get $8,000. A new thing in this under-22 championships.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by split decision in the blue corner, representing Ukraine, Tolmachov.
So the Slovakian judge went 3-0 to Kazim-Zadeh. 3 scores to 3-0 to Tolmachov, and 1 of 2-1 to Tolmachov. Bit of a spread there, but I can see how you would get any of them. So now we head into the light heavyweight division. First up, we'll have Ruslan Kolesnikov of Russia, the #1 seed, silver medalist at the 2018 Youth Olympics, gold medalist at the World Youth Championships of the same year. Won gold here at Lido d'Abruzzi in the European Youths in 2018. Had a hell of a year that year. And he also won the European Youths in 2017. So a much decorated fighter. He's in the red corner. In the blue is Raphael Mony of France, who beat the #5 seed, Kane Tucker of Ireland, by walkover, and had a bye prior to that. It's actually the first time that Mony has boxed, which, well, there are two ways of looking at it, really. Either you can say he's fresh, or you can say that he hasn't had an opportunity to really warm into the tournament.
Ring B, bout number 200. Into the red corner, please welcome the boxer representing Russia, Kolesnikov Ruslan. Into the blue corner, please welcome the boxer representing France, Mony Raphael. Referee Frankie Carlo from Italy. Judge 1 from Czech Republic. Judge 2 from Slovakia. Judge 3 from Serbia. Judge 4 from Ireland. Judge 5 from Moldova. In the red corner, Kolesnikov Ruslan from Russia. In a blue corner, Mony Raphael from France.
Kolesnikov beating Luca Iovoli of Italy by unanimous decision in his one fight so far. So this is the light heavyweight division. 26 fighters entered at the light heavyweight division. Nearly 300 in total between the men's and the women's sections. 41 countries represented. That is a tremendous turnout.
Round 1.
So Kolesnikov, Russia in the red, Mony, France in the blue. Kolesnikov looking to get that jab going, hooking off the jab at the start of the fight there as well. Mony trying to work his own lead hand. Looking for the left of the body there, Kolesnikov, just really turning that core to the left and then trying to find that gap behind the elbow with the left glove. Nice left to the body there from Mony. just trying to work on the inside there, midway through round one. There's that jab from Kolesnikov. Comes out nice and quick, comes back nice and quick as well. Leading off with the hook there, Kolesnikov, but the glove was up there from Mony. Looking for the uppercut there, the Russian. Mony's kept things nice and tight in this opening round. Kolesnikov, as I said, is a decorated fighter, would have been a heavy favourite coming into this. And he's tried plenty, the Russian, in the opening round. And Mony's defences have kept tight, kept solid, left to the body there from Kolesnikov. And the French fighter gets it across the board there, Raphael Mony. 10 nines from all 5 judges. There wasn't a lot to pick between the two of them. The judges going for Mony, I think, because he just did
Round 2.
just slightly more effective work. Kolesnikov was looking for plenty, but not too much landed. And looking to try and punish with a jab, Kolesnikov at the start of the round. But as I was saying, at the end of the first, Mony just kept compact, kept things tight, didn't really let anything through, didn't give anything away, which you can't against an opponent like this. And Kolesnikov has got to up it in round number 2. He's dropped that first one. He needs to get this back. Some seeds have fallen in this competition in the early stages over the first 4 days, and today maybe will be no different, but they found it hard, some of the top seeds at times. Good left to the body there. And looking for the body again there. Referee telling Kolesnikov to keep his punches up. That one looked pretty much slap bang on the belt line to me. That was better from Kolesnikov, just took the weight back. Out of the range of the jab, and then through a straight right hand, looking for the 1-2 there, but the gloves are up from Mony. But Kolesnikov is looking to keep things a bit simpler in this second round and put a bit more meat onto those punches. There's that left to the body again, he's looked for that a lot. There's a 1-2 and then finishes on the left of body again there. Kolesnikov, that's mostly what he's gone for in the second round. But again, not too much has got through clean. Mony's defences have been nice and tight. There hasn't been quite as much coming from the Frenchman though in this second round, mainly because Kolesnikov has just ramped it up a level and he hasn't had as much opportunity himself to throw. Lovely 1-2 there. The right hand got through. You can see the head just judder back there from Mony. Got his range perfectly with that one, Kolesnikov. And the Russian corner just ushering him on, Kolesnikov. They want him to finish really strong here. They know, having dropped that first round, that it's very, very important to get it back in the second. Well, looking at the referee there, Mony, the referee wasn't interested. Protects yourself at all times, and Kolesnikov found him to the body, then punishes him upstairs with the right hand a couple of times in the space of a few seconds, and he did what he needed to do there, Kolesnikov. They would have sent him back out after he dropped that first round. It was a tight first round, but I don't have any particular argument with any judge who found it in Mony's favour, and they all did. They sent him out there to win that second round, and I don't think there's any doubt that he's done that. And Kolesnikov turns it around, so it's 1 round apiece, 19 points to 19 with all 5 judges, and we go down to the third and final round. The momentum here
Second
with
round.
Kolesnikov having won that second round and finished it particularly strong.
Round 3.
So into the third, Ruslan Kolesnikov in the red, Raphael Mony of France in the blue. Kolesnikov, the #1 seed, starts off with a nice right hand, well-placed right hand. Looking for the body there, Kolesnikov. There's that left to the body there. That was a really, really good shot. And he's just piling the pressure on here, Kolesnikov. He's looking more and more accurate and quite spiteful. That left into the ribcage there. That was a brutal shot, quite frankly. And Mony did well just to soak that one up without any kind of adverse reaction, because he went upstairs, got the gloves up, left hand up to the head. Mony pulled the gloves up, and then with the midriff exposed, he just banged in the left hand downstairs. Nice little feint there from Kolesnikov. But Mony did well, managed to squeeze the elbows on that right uppercut that the Russian was aiming. It's the final minute. Kolesnikov of Russia in red, dominating this final round. Raphael Mony of France in the blue. He took the first round with all 5 judges. Kolesnikov took the second round with all 5 judges. So it all comes down to this. Mony working hard here, staying in it, but from the second round onwards, he just hasn't been able to really do too much with Kolesnikov. He's been preoccupied most of the time, but a left hand there from Mony was decent. He hasn't walked away with this round, Kolesnikov. I do think he's won it, but he hasn't walked away with it. There's a nice 1-2 again from Kolesnikov, and just kind of rolls out to his left as he throws it. Touch of gloves between the two at the end of the fight. Good fight as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by unanimous decision in the red corner, representing
Kolesnikov gets it.
Russia,
And he has won those 2 rounds, rounds 2 and rounds 3, after going behind in round 1, so he gave himself work to do. But he's got there the #1 seed, and you couldn't really argue with the scoring of rounds 2 and 3. I wouldn't argue with Mony getting round 1, and he did well. He's up against a really good fighter there, and as I said, he kept compact, he kept disciplined, he kept his technique together, took that opening round, just couldn't quite do enough in either of the other two to just squeeze out the win. So that is the first quarter-final in the light heavyweight division in the books. Next up, we will have Krause of the Netherlands in against Aliaksai Alfiarau of Belarus, the #4 seed. He's boxed 22 seconds in this competition, Alfiarau. He had a bye, and then his fight against Conor Tudsbury, which was shaping up, you'd imagine, to be a real good one, ended after a head clash. A cut to Alfiarau. He couldn't continue. It went to the cards. The judges had to score it. They've got no choice. They've got to score the first 21 seconds. How do you do that? I mean, it's a difficult situation, and they returned a verdict of 3-2 in favour of Alfiarau. So it's bad luck for all involved, for all concerned. That's just a complete lottery.
Bout number 201. Into the red corner, please welcome the boxer representing Netherlands. Into the blue corner, please welcome the boxer representing Belarus, Alfiarau Aliaksai. Referee Utila Terhi from Finland. Judge 1 from Russia. Judge 2 from Azerbaijan. Judge 3 from Ireland. Judge 4 from Poland. Judge 5 from Bulgaria. In the red corner, Krause Gradus from Netherlands. In a blue corner, Alfiarau Aliaksai from Belarus.
Krause with a couple of wins against Danilo Jasan of Ukraine, and then he beat the #5 seed Christian Nikolov of Bulgaria 4-1. Alfiarau, as I mentioned, has just had that 22 seconds. An experienced international, Alfiarau, #4 seed, as mentioned. He's in the blue for Belarus, Krause in the red for the Netherlands. Throwing that left hand from wide there, Alfiarau. Good lead right hand there from Alfiarau. Not making really heavy contact, but just offsetting Krause. And again there, just touching his opponent here. Krause looking to try and set himself and work his own jab and come forward, but again there, nice 1-2. Nice work from Alfiarau. Good stuff. Accuracy is there. Range is there. He seems to have got his range really quick. Big overhand left gets through as well. When he throws that right hand most of the time, Krause, that right foot just comes off the canvas a bit, and as that cut opened up, it was only a couple of days ago that it happened, and it has, just on the corner of the eyebrow there. That was always going to be a problem. It's from a punch the referee signalled, which means that if the fight has to be stopped because of that particular cut, then that will be an RSCI, referee stop contest injury, and Krause would get the win. So that's something for Alfio to think about. It's not exactly ideal. The referee telling Alfio to keep the punches up. The fact that it opened up again in the first half of the opening round is not a good sign for him. Good straight left there from Alfio, who for me has done the better work in this opening round. In the second half of it, since the cut, his accuracy has not been quite as good, but in the first half of the round, certainly, and overall, he's done enough to win this opener. Good jab from Alfio. Big left hand as well. He just caught his man pinned back on the ropes. Big smearing left there. Bell goes to the end of the round, and the corner have got some work to do on that eye. They've got to do the absolute best they can, because, as I said, I saw the referee gesture that it was caused by a punch. I'm pretty sure that was what I saw. So they've got to keep him in the fight here. If this gets stopped because of that cut, then he'll lose. I mentioned that fight where he suffered the cut against Conor Tudsbury and how it's a lottery scoring a round after 22 seconds, which of course it is. The kind of irony being really that the decision went in favour of the man who had been cut, and the chances of that cut opening up again as it has were always pretty big, and 10-9s all around there. 1-10-8 actually from the Irish judge, 1-10-8 in favour of Alfio. Did have a good round, In terms of the competition, it almost would have been better if the fighters who hadn't been cut had got the luck there and gone through. Because there's no doubt that Alfio is at a bit of a disadvantage here, but he's not allowing it really to affect his boxing too much. Left to the body, nice left to the body there from Alfio. And the referee just telling off Krause for punching around the back of the head, just winding up with a big bolo punch almost there, Alfio. I think he feels that technically he is much a superior fighter here. Not quite that he can do whatever he likes with Krause, but that Krause hasn't got too many answers to him. And what he does need to do is try and keep this on the outside. He doesn't want to get hit on that cut. He certainly doesn't want a head rubbing up against that cut. And that's what he's doing his best to do. Good head movement there from the Belarusian. Really good stuff. But he doesn't want this in close at all, not at any stage. Krause continuing to work hard here though, coming forward. He's had a good competition. Big Ukrainian fighter and then the number 5 seed from Bulgaria, so he's done really well. But he's finding it hard to deal with the skill set here of Alfio. Again, just comes in with the hook, doubles up on it, landed the second one. He looks a big light heavyweight Krause, whereas Alfio looks like a small 81 kilos fighter. Physically, there is quite a lot of difference between the two of them. Into the final 30 seconds of round 2. slightly laboured there with the right hand, Krause, but as I said, he's worked very hard. Neat bit of work there, just pulled the weight back and then snuck in a right hand as Alfio was coming forward. Had a good finish to the round there. Krause had a decent final minute, just kept that work rate nice and high. I think Alfio did enough in the opening 2 minutes of it to take that second round as well, but he finished pretty well there, the fighter from the Netherlands. As I said, he's had a good competition. He's sticking with this. He has found the elusiveness of Alfio and the accuracy difficult to deal with at times. Alfio gets it with all five judges. And so has a 2-point lead with 4 judges, the 3-point lead with the other. So very much in the driving seat. And the mission for him now is just to get through the rest of this without absorbing any further damage to that cut. They've got the semi-finals tomorrow. He'll be action again tomorrow. Nice little snappy 1-2 to kick things off there for Alfio. And then there's a day off and then the finals. Again, some good sharp work at the start of the round there from Aliaksai, Alfio. Krause just bundling Alfio through the ropes there almost. First minute of this third and final round. Krause to the Netherlands in the red, Alfio Belarus in the blue. He's not happy, Alfio, with some of these punches from Krause, saying that they're low. The referee agrees on that occasion, does have a little bit of a word with him. But Krause is just beginning to get to Alfio here a little bit, I think. In the first minute of the round, as in the previous round, he's done some good, sharp, accurate work. But now that Krause is just continuing to come forward, you see that mouth is wide open there of Alfio. He's feeling this pace-wise. He's got the skills to be able to still find the target and box as economically as possible. But Krause just wants to push him as hard as he can here in the final 90 seconds. I don't see any prospect that Alfio is going to completely unravel. But Krause just needs to keep coming forward, keep doing what he's been doing. Because Alfio, well, he's just heaving the breath in here, he really is. He looks absolutely knackered, just standing up straight and tall there, catches a couple of right hands from Krause and just looks to try and move those feet into the final minute. Krause can see this, he can see this right in front of him. He's just got to pour it all on. You just never know sometimes. Short left hand there from Krause. And again, he just backs up there, Alfio. Good 1-2, and the referee steps in with a standing count. And Krause didn't see her. Krause didn't see her. He couldn't have seen her from where she was standing. A shake of the head there from Alfio, and it's a good job there isn't much longer left here, because I tell you, if there was, Krause could go after Alfio, and he might even have been able to get him out of there, because he is dead on his feet. He is absolutely out on his feet. Last 10 seconds here. And he's not going to be able to do it here, Krause. He's not going to be able to do quite enough, but Alfio, well, he has limped over the line here. He has limped over the line. He was 2 rounds up with 4 judges, 3 points up with the other one through 2 rounds. So he's going to win this fight. He's going to win this fight. But having only had 22 seconds of action before this, maybe that really told. Krause was seasoned. He'd had 6 good hard rounds. Alfio had barely boxed, and the condition he's come into this tournament in, well, it looks suspect, to be perfectly honest with you. And there's no real time for him to be able to do anything about it, because he'll be boxing again tomorrow. But he's got through. And he is a good, skillful, smart fighter, no doubt about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner, representing
So through he goes to the semi-finals.
Aliaksai.
One judge giving Krause the final round there. I can understand that. Maybe slightly surprised a couple of others didn't go the same way. It was an Alfie Rao win. Absolutely no question, but as I said, he just kind of fell apart really towards the end there, and I'm just watching him get out of the ring, and he's being helped down the steps by the coaching staff. So he put everything into that, and he's still breathing heavily. And the key is, can he recover in time to really give a good account of himself tomorrow, or not? Because the state of him as he's being escorted from the ring there is not something you see very often. Really isn't. Next up, we got the number 3 seed against the number 6 seed. Nikita Nisdead of Finland, the number 3 seed. Saw him at the World Youth Championships in Kielce not that long ago. He's up against Moldova's Andrei Kiriakov. He boxed at the 2019 Senior World Championships. And in the Olympic qualifier, actually. The European Olympic qualifier. Didn't get through.
Bout number 202. Into the red corner, please welcome the boxer representing Finland, Nisdead Nikita.
Nikita Nisdead of Finland.
Into the blue corner, please welcome the boxer representing Moldova, Kiriakov Andrei.
Andrei Kiriakov.
Zulkin Sergei from Russia. Judge 1 from Lithuania. Judge 2 from Italy. Judge 3 from Bulgaria. Judge 4 from Ukraine. Judge 5 from Serbia. In the red corner, Nisdead Nikita from Finland. In the blue corner, Kiriakov Andrei from Moldova.
And you look at that damage to the right eye there of Kiriakov, and that must have come against Besart Pireva of Kosovo, who he beat in the previous round on a split 4-1. He had a bye before that. Nisdead had a bye as well, then got past Leo Svetkovic of Croatia by unanimous decision. Nisdead, as I said, we saw him at the Youth World Championships. He did well. It was a good division light heavy. Knocked out in the last 16. Kiriakov, very experienced at a senior level. Didn't go deep in the World Championships in 2019, but did go. And then was put up for the European Olympic qualifier. Unfortunately for him, didn't make it through to Tokyo. So Moldova in the blue, Kiriakov, Finland, Nisdead in the red. Light heavyweight quarter-final. And that damage to the eye will be a target for Nisdead. You don't want to get too carried away with it, but where it is, it's perfectly positioned for the jab on the corner of the eye. Looking for the right hand there, Nisdead. I think that one was blocked mainly. Good stiff jab there from Nisdead, right into the chin of Kiriakov. Switching southpaw, Kiriakov. Bit of blood coming from the cut. That was inevitable, really. The doctor has been busy this week. Performed miracles at times, tidying these fighters up after fights. Good left to the body there from Nisdead. Kiriakov has just got to try and not let this affect him. Easy for me to say, but mentally I think he would have prepared for this, because the chances always were that this would happen. It was just a question of how quickly. Into the final minute. Nisdead just looking to try and cut the ring off on Kiriakov. It's quite methodical. Where's the right hand on the way in there though, Nisdead? And there the plaster is coming away from the cut, and they're going to have that looked at. It's a shame, this. That protection for the cut being allowed, but it's been removed now because it had come loose. Nisdead on the inside there. That's more the range that he needs it at. Up close there. They've got to think about their fighter a little bit here, Kiriakov. The Moldovan corner, I mean. And they obviously will. Because, yes, he wants to win this fight. Yes, he wants to go through to the semi-finals. But not at the expense of picking up a cut or damage to the eye that might turn out to be a recurring serious problem. Nice body attack there at the end of the round for Kiriakov. Split scoring, 4 judges going for Nisdead, 1 going for Kiriakov, so that's a good opening round for the Finnish fighter.
Seconds out.
Just going to get the Moldovan corner just to towel him down a little bit there, wipe the sweat away, try and stop the bleeding a little bit before the start of the round. It's going to start again pretty much immediately, I think. So into the second round, Nisdead of Finland with 4 of the cards at the end of round 1, falling short there with the right hand. He stepped in behind it. He is quite basic, Nisdead. He does make some technical mistakes. He tends to walk in, his fist following his feet a bit. Those feet can cross every now and again, but he's just looking to get close and then try and do damage on the inside. Nice jab to the body there, though. He's not completely one-dimensional about it. He does put some thought into how he's going to get close, but he squared up there as he came forward, and that is something he does quite a lot. Right hand from Kiriakov. He needs to keep shooting that jab, Kiriakov. He's got to stay busy. As I say, with a fighter who comes in on you like that, you've got to give them something to think about. You've got to make them wary of doing it. Looking for the right hand there, Nisdead. I don't think it landed all that clean. That was a decent combination. Nice 1-2, leading off with a hook, throwing the right hand. And again there, looking for that single shot. Kiriakov is, I don't know whether it's the cut, but he's just in his shell a little bit. Nisdead is being able to dictate here without completely dominating. Blood coming from the nose as well, I think now. Or is that just blood coming down from the eye? I think it is coming from the nose, so there's some damage there too for Kiriakov. Looking for the right hand and got some good pop on that, Nisdead. When he gets those feet close enough and lets that 1-2 go, it works nicely for him. Took the feet in there behind the double jab. The Finn. And he's just having the better of this. He's beating Kiriakov to the punch. He's outlanding him Nice left to the body there from Kiriakov. Third punch of a three-punch combination. Then he just held his feet, stayed where he was, and Nisdead was able to come back. Left hand there from Kiriakov, who's a capable fighter. That much is very, very obvious as the number 6 seed, but I'm not sure he's been able to give of his absolute best here. Nisdead just chasing Kiriakov there. Eventually catches up with him with the left hand. And there goes the bell at the end of round 2. And that's another Nisdead round. First one was a Nisdead round with 4 out of the 5 judges. Well, split scoring in the second round there. 3 judges going for Kiriakov, 2 for Nisdead, so that tees it up. Nisdead with a 2-point lead with 1 judge. The other 4 cards are 19 apiece, so he needs 2 of those. Kiriakov needs 3 of those. So this very much in the balance heading into the third and final round. Nisdead again, just looking to get onto the front foot here. Kiriakov has got to hold his ground. Try and find him as he comes forward. Shooting out the jab there, Kiriakov. Haven't seen too much of that. Left hand just slung up from the waist. It was a decent shot. Nisdead trying to get that work done. Lands the left there. Kiriakov just a bit busier at the start of the round here. They know, both of them, that this is very much there for the taking. Nisdead didn't quite have room for the right hand there, but again he just rolls forward. Kiriakov, stamina-wise, is holding up to this pretty well. I did think he might fade a little bit. Good left hand into the body there from Kiriakov, and this is good stuff from him. He is really digging in here. Left hand there from Nisdead was decent, just caught him with the weight in his heels a bit. Kiriakov, you could just see the head roll back under the impact of that one. The mouth is hanging slightly open here for the Moldovan, but as I said, he's biting down for the most part, because that cut went again early in the first round. There's blood from the nose. You know, these are sapping conditions with the heat and the humidity. Nice uppercut on the inside there from Nisdead. Into the final minute. Just setting his feet there and thumping that right hand into the body, followed by the left there, Kiriakov. Nisdead, the referee hadn't called break, so just looking to try and just ferret a couple of right hands in around the back of the glove, around the back of the guard into the final 30 seconds. Left to the body there from Kiriakov, but just stooped over slightly. Nisdead just found him with a left-right. And it's been a pretty even final round. Nisdead just working hard there. Well, there goes the bell. They both put absolutely maximum effort into that. Remember, going into this third and final round, Nisdead had a 20-18 lead with 1 judge. The other 4 cards were 19-19, so he needs 2 out of those 4. Kiriakov needs 3 out of those 4. Well, that was a good fight. Again, that was a good fight. You see one fighter come to the ring with the kind of damage to the eye that Kiriakov had there, and it's never ideal. Tournament boxing, these things happen, of course. But I've got a lot of time for the way the Moldovan really just dug in there. It's what you expect at this level, but fighters don't always.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by split decision in the blue corner, representing
Kiriakov has
Moldova.
got it. Kiriakov has got it because he swept it in round 3, 10-9s with all 5 judges, which means that he took it 4-1. 4 scores of 2 rounds to 1 in his favour and 1 score of 2-1 in favour of Nisdead. That was a close fight. Looking at my card, I would have had 2-1 Nisdead, I think, there, but the first and the third were very tight. And the second was as well, by the look of the scoring that was returned by the judges. So that could have gone either way, that one. That could have gone either way. Kiriakov has got it. And the number 6 seed goes through to the semi-final, so he's guaranteed a bronze and $2,000 US, but he's got some recovering to do before the semis, that's for sure.
Ring B, bout number 203. Into the red corner, please welcome the boxer representing Armenia, Hakobian Hambarjum. Into the blue corner, please welcome the boxer representing Germany, Eches Moussa. Referee Maden Joanny from France. Judge 1 from Moldova, Judge 2 from Czech Republic, Judge 3 from Serbia, Judge 4 from Ireland, Judge 5 from Italy. In the red corner, Hakobian Hambarjum from Armenia. In the blue corner, Eches Moussa for Germany.
So these two called to the middle. In the red there, that's Hakobian of Armenia, wins against Serbia. And Poland knocking out number 7 seed, Tchaikovsky of Poland. Ben Eches of Germany beat Slovenia and then knocked out the Azerbaijan number 2 seed, Murad Alaverdiev, who we saw in the World Youth Championships get to the quarterfinals. So that was a big win. So Eches, a little bit of a roll here. Hakobian looking to start quick. Armenian fighters in general, never keen to stereotype too much, but very often they are come forward fighters. They are muscular fighters, good upper body movement. They like to get in tight, get in close, work their way in, and then really hit you with hooks to the head, to the body. A lot of industry, a lot of work rate. Eches with nice quick hands there. We've got a good clash of styles here. A lot of punches being thrown in this opening minute. This is a real pace that's been set here. That's some good work on the inside. Nice work left to the body, but Eches manages to respond. Good movement there from Eches. Fired off his combination, then pivoted around that front foot. He's got good quick hands. Again there, just rattling a few into the gloves up top and then goes down to the body with the left hand. That was the scoring shot. Does exactly the same thing again there, just He's touching the guard, keeps that guard up, then he lifts the elbows a bit, and then he throws that scoring shot to the body. Into the final minute of round one, and this has been intense so far. There's been a hell of a lot of punches thrown, and I just wonder if they could keep this up through 3 rounds, because this is an extremely hot pace. Left to the body again there as well from Hakobian. That's the punch that both of them have looked for most of the time. And the majority of their scoring, both of these, has been done with that shot. Not much to pick between them in this opener, not much at all. Final 10 seconds, and these two just finishing the round the way that they began it, just standing straight in front of each other. And not exactly taking it in turns to throw, but just throwing relentlessly. Well, that is 3 minutes of absolutely non-stop action there. Difficult to separate the pair of them. There was a lot landing on gloves there. Most of the clean punching that they did, the pair of them, was with that left hand to the body. And given how much effort was put into that opener, it is absolutely critical almost, the scoring of that first round. If you put that amount of effort in and it's really close and you don't get anything, which is always possible, then that would be a sickener. We could well have split scoring in the first round. Well, all 5 judges have gone for handbars from Hakobian, and that's a blow for Eches, because he works really hard in that round and he hasn't got anything.
Seconds out. Round 2.
The referee just having a word with Hakobian about making sure he hits with the knuckle part of the glove. And again, it's more of the same at the start of the second. If anything, the intensity has just ratcheted up a notch, and Eches jabs up top and then goes down to the body with that left hand. Little sly, sneaky dig to the stomach there with the right hand. Gum shield has come out. That belongs to Hakobian, so a little bit of a breather for both of them here. Big wide smearing right hand there from Eches. Just about got through, and again there, just trading up close. A lot of the time it's difficult to tell what's landed. There was a good strong left hand on the inside there from Hakobian. Prior to that, quite a bit of that was hitting shoulders, hitting arms, upper arms, forearms. I mean, this is a grueling fight. It's very, very difficult to keep this kind of intensity up for 9 minutes. We've had nearly, well, just over 4 minutes so far. And I do wonder how the gas tanks of these two are going to hold up. Hakobian there with some good body work. Those left to the body again there from Hakobian, but Eches just working hard. The 1-2 just slipping over the shoulder there of Hakobian. And this is exactly the same kind of stuff as we saw in the first round. Looking for the right to the body there, Eches, but Hakobian had just dropped the left elbow on it. Hakobian just finding the gaps to the body a little bit more effectively than Eches is in this round. Up top, very few punches are getting through clean to the head. Left uppercut there though from Hakobian was a really nice punch. You just saw the The chin just a lift there. Good left hand, but then a good solid right hand from Hakobian. Nice right from Hakobian there again. Short right hook and a good combination from the Armenian, who's coming on strong in the closing stages of round two. Eches looking to try and fire back, left to the body, then looks to rip it up top with the uppercut there. Hakobian. Unbelievable effort this from both of these two in terms of fitness. We'll see whether they fade in the final 3 minutes, but that is 6 minutes of pedal to the metal fighting from both of them, and a lot of skill involved in it too.
Seconds out.
Split scoring. Hakobian gets it with 3 of the judges, so he's got clear water. 2-point lead with 3 judges going into round 3. The other 2 cards are tied up at 19 apiece, so he needs a massive round here, Eches, so he needs a point deduction for Hakobian. That's the only way, really, he's going to get back into this. It's been a terrific fight to watch. I would say that on balance over the first 2 rounds, Hakobian has had the better of it, but not by a lot. And Eches just continues to come forward, and Hakobian off the back foot switches southpaw very, very briefly back to orthodox. And I'm just fascinated to see whether either one of these two will fade as we head towards the very final stages, because the pace here has been absolutely ridiculous. The amount of leather that's been thrown has been unbelievable. A lot of it's been accurate too. Almost everything has hit something. They've been on each other, right on top of each other from the beginning. At no point has anybody stepped off and taken a walk. And even had they tried to, then the other fighter just would not have let them. Still with good upper body movement there, Eches. That is a sign of real top conditioning, that you're able to keep that upper body on the move, that lateral movement still going in the closing stages. Eches just rattling away to the body, but that's good work from Hakobian on the ropes. Just sinks into the ropes, sways out of the way of a punch, dips to his right hand side, looks to work that body. Technically, he's a really good fighter. The way he fights, the kind of fight that he wants to be in, which is exactly this kind of fight. That is one thing you would say. Eches, physically when you look at him, does look like he should have the tools to have kept this on the outside more, to have jabbed more, to have tried to keep it long, but at no point really has he tried to do that. He obviously prefers it at this kind of distance as well, but Hakobian is just a slightly superior fighter when we're up close and really personal like this. Good work to the body there again from Hakobian. To beat Hakobian, you are going to need that jab. You're going to need that good solid jab to keep him off you, to make sure he can't get onto the inside and do that work he likes to. Into the final 30 seconds. And Eches is going to lose this, but it's been a tremendous shift that he's put in. Good 1-2, good accurate 1-2 there from Hakobian. Final 10 seconds, big left hook there from Eches, just slides over the shoulder of Hakobian. And here comes the bell. Well, that was tremendous. Brilliant fight to watch, really, really good. And you can see the effort that has taken, but the fitness levels there of those two were terrific. Hakobian's feeling it a bit more than Eches, I think, but neither one of them is really breathing too heavy, and that just tells you everything about their powers of recovery, because that was frenetic. frenetic but controlled, if that makes any sense at all, because they both knew exactly what they were doing in there. Their focus was there 100% all the way through. Nobody ever got really ragged or desperate at any stage. Thoroughly enjoyed that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by split decision in the red corner.
Hakobian gets it by split decision, so 4-1. Split scoring in that final round. 3 judges going for Eches. I thought you could have had split scoring all the way through that. It was that kind of fight. I would say that Hakobian deserved it. He was just that little bit more accurate, that little bit better on the inside. But what a great fight. So now into the heavyweights. That's the quarterfinals completed at light heavyweight. Barzan Hakobian just strolling off behind me away to my left-hand side. And first up we'll have David Michalec, the number 3 seed from Slovakia, up against Maciej Bereznicki, the number 6 seed from Poland. Bereznicki, boxing for Poland, actually lives in the UK, just outside Portsmouth. Been preparing for this one in Poland though.
Ring B, bout number 204. Into the red corner, please welcome the boxer representing Slovakia, Michalec David. Into the blue corner, please welcome the boxer representing Poland, Bereznicki Mateusz Piotr. Referee Aslanov Fuad from Azerbaijan, Judge 1 from Russia, Judge 2 from France, Judge 3 from Finland, Judge 4 from Ireland, Judge 5 from Bulgaria. In the red corner, Michalec David from Slovakia. In the blue corner, Bereznicki Mateusz Piotr from Poland.
So Michalec of Slovakia in the red, the number 3 seed, beat Daniel Rantanen of Finland by stoppage after 1 minute 13 in round 2. He boxed at the World Championships in 2019 and went to the European Olympic qualifier, so he is very much the number 1 choice at heavyweight in Slovakia. Got beaten by Vasily Levitt at the World Championships and knocked out of the European qualifier by Maciej Masternak. Those are 2 pretty good fighters. Bereznicki beat Darius Wojnarowicz of Lithuania by split in his 1 fight so far. As I said, he's living in the UK these days, but been training in Poland in the build-up to this competition. Tall, rangy fighter, as you can see there, and this is a classic kind of formula here that we see often. And we've seen a few times today. You've got the tall fighter with the height and the reach that comes with it. The shorter, more muscular, more compact fighter. In Michalec, he has got to keep that head on the move. He has got to get inside that long reach, get on the toes really of Bereznicki, and then get his work done without getting picked off on the way in. Bereznicki has got to pick him off on the way in. He's got to use that jab. Stop him just walking him down. Nice right hand there from Bereznicki. If he can't keep him off, then he's got a problem. He switched a bit in this fight so far already. The Polish fighter in blue. Michalec could crack a bit. Good right hand there from Bereznicki. He's done a decent job so far. He's kept Michalec moving, kept him turning for the most part. He has been sliding across the ropes at times, but hasn't really allowed himself to get pinned. He's got to make sure that stays the same. Good combination there again as Michalec moved in. Left hand there though from the Slovakian. Just whipped that up from the waist. Managed to just loop it in behind the right glove. Good stiff right hand from Bereznicki. He's doing the right things here. You see the discoloration around that left eye there of Michalec. Good work there from Bereznicki. And just looking to try and lean on and bully Michalec a little bit there, just knocking him back into the ropes and really letting go. I think he felt that he hurt him a little bit with the right hand and then looked to tee off a bit. That's a little bit of a marker that's been placed down there by Bereznicki. 20 years old, not nearly as experienced as Michalec. He's just showing him there, I'm not just going to back away, I'm not just going to move off, box off the back foot, try and stick that jab and keep you off. You give me the chance and I will give it to you, and that's what he did there. Nice uppercut at the bell there from Bereznicki, and this is an interesting one. Number 3 seed versus number 6 seed. That's a round for the fighter in blue, for my money. And he gets it across the board, 10-9. Pretty straightforward round to score. Bereznicki with a nice start there. As I said, the crucial point came with about 30-40 seconds to go when, in the corner right above me, the neutral corner, he managed to pin Michalec in. I think he hurt him a little bit with the right hand. And then he set those feet and really sent a few in, just to show him that he will absolutely not be bullied. So Michalec has got to keep the pressure on, but he knows now that Bereznicki has got a little bit of pop. So he's got to try and keep that head on the move. Good jab there from Bereznicki. Michalec is just struggling to get anything done. He's maybe getting a touch frustrated here. Bereznicki again there, just a 1-2. Didn't land particularly, but then just span off and he's away. Michalec's turning, looking for him, struggling to find him. He's got that tight guard. The advantage of that is that it protects you, of course. The disadvantage is that you can't really see all that much as you're coming forward. That was better on the inside there from Michalec. Went to the body, then went up top to the head. He's got to keep the faith here, Michalec, that he will start to get to his man. 9 minutes is a long time. There's a jab from Bereznicki. Good left hand, and then looked to kind of lean in and hold a little bit, which is interesting. Landed the left hand. The mouth just hanging open a bit here for the Polish fighter in blue. Michalec goes sailing past, ends up on the canvas. No knockdown, just a loss of balance. Not that much in this round so far. If Michalec could finish strong, and I think there's a chance that he could, because I do think that maybe Bereznicki's beginning to feel it a bit, but that's good body work there from the pole. Dug in a couple of real dangerous looking right hands to the body. Nice 1-2 there from Michalec. Needs a good finish to the round here, I would say, the Slovakian fighter. That's a good right hand there, though, from Bereznicki. And another one. And good feet. Moves really well. And doubles up on the left hand, having a decent finish to the round here. The Pole switches southpaw. So 2 rounds down. Bereznicki took that first round with all 5 judges. We'll wait and see what the judges do with round 2. It was a better round from Michalec, but I thought that Bereznicki just took it away from him at the end there. And he gets it 10-9 with all the judges, so a very, very handy lead. 2 rounds to 0 up with all of our judges at ringside. So Michalec has got to pull something big out of the bag here, or hope that a point goes as a point deducted from Bereznicki, but there's no sign of that happening. The referee's barely had to get involved in this fight, actually. Michalec just dipping his head, looking to get onto the inside and just let those hands go. That's what he wants to do. He's been wanting to do that right from the very beginning. He's just up with an opponent who hasn't allowed it to happen. Michalec again just trying to track him down, looking for the body there, but he's dropped the elbows, protecting that kind of quite long body there. Bereznicki. Michalec looking to try and ship that big right hand over the top. Left hand comes back from Bereznicki and then chops down with the right. He's ahead here. The coaches will know he's ahead. They may have communicated that to him. I would imagine they would have told him he just needs to go out in this 3rd round and do what he's been doing. Looking for the big overhand there, Michalec, who's breathing heavily now. He's really trying to force this in the final round as much as he can, but he's in against an agile fighter. 20 years old, Bereznicki, at heavyweight, and you'd imagine with that frame he will fill out into a super heavyweight, but he does move really well. Kind of unusual for somebody of his size. He's not that tall. I mean, he's tall, but Michalec is short for heavyweight, so comparatively he's made to look a bit taller than he possibly is here. The reason I mention it is that if he does move up to super heavyweight, then he's got the size. He's big enough, but he's not huge. He will want to try and keep that mobility, certainly. Lovely right hand there for Bereznicki as Michalec looks to try and track him down. This has been a really good performance. Really good. I've never seen him before. It's the final few seconds. There goes Abella, touch of gloves between the two, and a good performance there from the blue corner. Michalec leaning over the ropes, put absolutely everything into that, but he just couldn't really do anything with Maciej Bereznicki, who, as I said, showed great movement, good skills all round. And when he needed to show Michalec that he wasn't just all movement, he wasn't all just flash and dash, that there was some There was some power there, and there was some spike there. He did that too.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner, representing Poland, Bereznicki Mateusz Piotr.
So Bereznicki gets it 3-0 on all 5 of the judges' scorecards. We've not seen many of them today. I think that's only the second one we've had actually in Ring B, and that was fight number 17 of the day. So that shows how competitive all these fights have been, and it's not that that wasn't competitive. Michalec put everything into it, but we had a clear winner. Clear winner. Congratulations to him. He goes through to the semi-finals where he'll meet one of these two. We've got Ukraine against Russia to finish off the day. Yevgeny Pavlovsky of Ukraine, Vladimir Azunyan of Russia, the number 2 seed.
Ring B, bout number 205. Into the red corner, please welcome the boxer representing Ukraine, Pavlovsky Yevgeny. Into the blue corner, please welcome the boxer representing Russia, Harutyunyan Vladimir. Referee Pavel from Bulgaria. Judge 1 from Poland. Judge 2 from Slovakia. Judge 3 from Moldova. Judge 4 from Lithuania. Judge 5 from Italy. In the red corner, Pavlovsky Yevgeny from Ukraine. In the blue corner, Azunyan Vladimir from Russia.
So these two both won by unanimous decision in the one and only fight that they've had so far. Pavlovsky beating Vladislav Bereznicki of Belarus, and Azunyan beating Braxi of Hungary. Azunyan won the World Youth Silver Medal in 2016. He is the number 2 seed. And it's Ukraine against Russia. Pavlovsky in the red of Ukraine, Azunyan in the blue representing Russia. Looking for the jab there, Pavlovsky. Physically, these two are fairly similar. Height, build. Pavlovsky is a little bit more upright than Azunyan, who botches out of a bit more of a crouch, looking to try and thread that jab through the middle. Pavlovsky steps in and looks to try and load up a bit on that 1-2. Both looking for the body with the left hand, both covered up. Nice jab there from Pavlovsky. Looking for the right hand there, Pavlovsky, just reaching forward a bit. Nice movement there from Azunyan, just to take him off to his right and away from that right. I think that 1-2 from Pavlovsky got through. When he's taken his feet in a little bit closer, and look for that 1-2, then he's had more success, Pavlovsky. Sounds obvious, really. Boxing's all about distance. When he's got into the right distance, wasn't quite there. Just letting that one go a bit more speculatively. It's Pavlovsky who's looked to do most of the punching in this first round so far, and although not an enormous amount clean has got through from either fighter, I would say that the better work has been done by him. Nice little right hand on the inside there, though, from Azunyan. That just clipped the chin of Pavlovsky, who catches up with Azunyan with a right hand there again, though, as the Russian just moved off to his right with his gloves down. Nice body work there from Pavlovsky, and then goes up top. The glove, though, blocked that for Azunyan. Bell goes at the end of the first. This is the final fight of the evening session in Ring B. This day 5. Day 6 tomorrow is the semi-finals. Day 7 is a non-boxing day, that's a rest day. Then the 8th and final day will have all 20 finals. Azunyan gets it, 10-9 across the board there. That surprises me. That surprises me.
Seconds out. Round 2.
So into the second, Azunyan taking it with all 5 judges there, 10-9, so he opens up a 1-round lead. He's in the blue, the number 2 seed from Russia. Yevgeny Pavlovsky of Ukraine in the red. Both of these two have won 1 fight each in this competition up until this point. 17 fighters entered at heavyweight. Ukrainian supporters just finding their voice behind me. These two nations in this fight, actually, Russia and Ukraine, the only two bringing full teams of 20 fighters to this competition. Nice little right hand on the inside, the uppercut there from Azunyan. He's just held his position a bit more in this second round. He's not moving quite so much. Good left hand there from Azunyan. Just slightly short with the 1-2 there, Pavlovsky. That time did make it, right hand to the body. Final minute of round 2. The left hand was maybe just a little bit low there, nothing deliberate about it, just got slightly too close and banged that one just south of the border, maybe around the hip as well. Good left hand there from Pavlovsky. Left hand there a little bit low from Azunyan. Exactly the same kind of punch. Followed it with a short right hook. Pavlovsky's head movement there just left him a little bit blind, then got back out of it and looked for the 1-2. So 10-9 again there for Azunyan. He opens up a 2-point lead going into the third and final round. Russia definitely, I felt, having a stronger round in that second round than he did in the first.
Round 3.
So Vladimir Azunyan of Russia, the number 2 seed, he's in the blue and he's 2 rounds to 0 up against Yevgeny Pavlovsky of the Ukraine. Azunyan just looking nice and relaxed. Pavlovsky's trying to force the fight here. He knows he has to. Azunyan is happy enough with that, you get the feeling. Left hand there though from Pavlovsky was a good shot. And then just let the hands go. He was within range. Midway through round 3, he's trying to force the pace here, Pavlovsky. Azunyan's boxed off the back foot for the entirety of the fight, generally speaking. Steps in there and digs in a short, stabbing little left into the rib cage. Pavlovsky bangs in the left of his own. Nice right hand there. On the move, Azunyan just managing to thread that through the gap, through the guard. And just using his feet towards the end here. He's got this one under control. 2 rounds to 0 up through the first 2 rounds. Left Pavlovsky with a near impossible task really in this final 3 minutes. I think if I were Pavlovsky, I would look back at the scoring of that first round and feel a little bit aggrieved that it wasn't maybe one apiece going into the third and final round. Would have given a different complexion to the fight, but we get to the end there on the final bell and it's going to be Vladimir Azunyan, the number 2 seed from Russia, who is going to go through courtesy of a unanimous decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner, representing Russia, Azunyan Vladimir.
Some boos there from the Ukrainian supporters, but it is Azunyan who goes through. Pavlovsky got it with all of the judges in that final round in round 3 to make it 3 scores of 29-28. I think he could quite easily have had that 29-28 to Pavlovsky. I did myself, but it's Azunyan who has got the win there. And he goes through to the semi-finals, guaranteed a bronze medal and guaranteed $2,000 US. So that concludes the action in Ring B for this evening's session, but another really good session. Seen some tremendous action. Please do join us again tomorrow where we will bring you the semi-finals.